DNS, which stands for Domain Name System, acts as the Internet's phone book. It translates human-friendly domain names into IP addresses that computers use to identify each other on the network. For example, when you type www.example.com in your browser, DNS translates it to an IP address like 192.0.2.1. When you type a URL in your browser, your device first checks its local cache for the IP address. If not found, it sends a query to a recursive DNS resolver, typically provided by your internet service provider. This resolver acts as an intermediary that hunts down the IP address for you. It has its own cache of recent lookups, which it checks first to speed up the process. If the information isn't cached, the resolver begins a journey through the DNS hierarchy to find the answer. Once the correct IP address is found, it's returned to your device, which then connects directly to the web server. To summarize, DNS converts domain names to IP addresses, checks local caches first, uses recursive resolvers, and navigates through a hierarchy of servers to find the right information. The DNS resolution process follows a hierarchical path to convert domain names into IP addresses. When you type a URL, your device sends a query to a recursive resolver, typically provided by your internet service provider. First, the recursive resolver queries a root name server, which is at the top of the DNS hierarchy. The root name server responds with the address of a top-level domain server, like .com or .org. Next, the resolver queries the top-level domain server, which provides the address of the authoritative name server for the specific domain. The authoritative name server is the definitive source of information for its domain, maintained by the domain owner or their hosting provider. Finally, the resolver returns the IP address to your device, allowing you to connect to the website. DNS results are cached at various points along the path, such as in your browser, operating system, the recursive resolver, and your ISP's servers. This entire process typically happens in milliseconds, allowing you to connect to websites almost instantly. To summarize, the DNS resolution process follows a hierarchical path through root, TLD, and authoritative name servers, with caching at multiple levels to improve performance.